I guess just real brief about the intentionality and about the steps that we need to, what I think, yes, you're right. You have the kids have to kind of do what they have to do to like learn, but I feel like that is where we're failing them. There's infrastructure and work that we need to do to set up things where it's easier for them to learn these things. They can be, we can make sure that it's in the schools, or we can make sure there's after school programs that are keeping this knowledge base strong, and not just for Africans. So Africans can kind of do it for themselves, but then because it's inclusive, oh, well, you know what? If I want to learn how to make a goosey soup, right? There's this after school program that will teach me, and that's where we can. So, and that takes me to, I know, like I'm hoping, this is my prayer, that whilst we're assembling more and more winners, right? I hope that this is growing into a team. And eventually we'll have enough people on this team to start taking specific roles in trying to create some of this infrastructure. We did, when we first started, we wanted to get people to go back to Africa and like get money. That's why, we had that thousand, we raised like $1,200 for Michelle, but we haven't been able to, keep certain things going. But it's because we need people to say, you know what, we're a team of 5 people that have done this. We want to make sure that some of this infrastructure, we want to tackle some goals. And then we can now hopefully raise money, now that we have a team that's dedicated to it. I can't do everything. So I have to hopefully, like I said, my prayer is that, one of you guys, as we move on, if we have a bigger team, can start leading an effort to get tickets and let's go to Cameroon. Right. I want to go to Cameroon, or let's get some after school programming, maybe be online, so that there'll be, this knowledge base there for anybody who wishes to learn, young and old, and there are many other, aspects. But I think where we can take it and make it more intentional is to build infrastructure that will make it sustainable and long going, not everybody learning, and because everybody's doing the same thing over and over again on their own. And you guys should be commended, and I want to really commend both of you for doing, and even you, Inkaru, for doing because there's cultural loss in your case, of course, not as acute, but for doing the extra work. But we have to understand, we're the outliers. Most people are not going to put that extra effort in. They're trying to put food on the table. They're, dealing with their issues that they got going on now, or they just don't know where to start. So I feel like this is the next level. We have to start thinking, what can we do to build little systems? And it's not complicated. Well, after school program, that's not, there's many after school programs, but there's nothing to particularly deal with this cultural issues that are not being addressed. And like I said before, it's because you have to know where you're coming from to know that it's missing. Right, you don't know what to make the after school program on, because you don't know that like you didn't look at African food to be a natural balance of nutrients and proteins, and you just didn't look at it like that, just their food, right? Somebody has to kind of put you in that perspective. So like I said, we're still got like 5, 6 deep. Maybe when we get to 10, or even now, if somebody wants to go, I'm sure we'd want to support that group. But that is, I think, the next level is to try and figure out how we can, as a team, start tackling these things that only us understand that have been through this process.